Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Now I'm just going to briefly speak about something that I did a short video about at the weekend. It's about a 50-second video, which ends up going back to an interview, well, a few interviews that Keir Starmer did at the weekend. Well, sorry, not the weekend, it was Thursday strike Friday, where he tried to defend the absolute indefensible. There's no excuse for it. And that is for why they decided that it would be a sensible thing to take away the winter fuel allowance, which there's been so much publicity about. Next to nobody's come out to defend it unless you're a Labour MP, and why they did it. Now, I've got a stream of comments that I could read out of what people think. And a lot of it's not nice. Yeah, there's some sarcastic comments, can always deal with that. Okay, then you got some people that just aren't happy about it. Now, when Keir Starmer got interviewed and he came up with this lame-ass excuse, when he basically said they had no other choice but to do it. They had to. They had to save money because of the Conservative Party's alleged £40 black hole, even though everybody disputes that, even in the financial sectors. So he had the choice where he basically needed to save £1.5 billion so he could reinvest that £1.5 billion into services that the elderly and pensioners use, which is the NHS, which my argument would be they've paid into it arguably for 40, 50 years, if not longer, by working and paying their taxes. Then you've got transport, because they get their free bus pass. No, I have a free bus pass. I'm classified as disabled. Okay, I do have a bus pass. Okay, but they pay taxes all their life. And the third one, which is the most laughable one, is education. Now, I've not really known any pensioners my entire life that have gone into education, whether that's college, maybe university. I never went to university. I'm not that smart. Okay, but especially colleges. That's not to say that there aren't. If they are trying to learn new skills, good for them. I don't personally blame them, and I hope the best for them. But I've done videos in the past, and I said there's much better ways you could have gone about doing this and save a bit of money without absolute egg on your face, and going down the route of, like I've said in the past, of trying to be Margaret Thatcher by basically, as she said back in the 80s, and I can't remember what reading she said it, this lady is not for turning. If you want to go down that route, this is not the thing to be doing it for. There are much better things you could be doing it for, where you don't want to, where you're concerned about your pride and everything. So, when I look at this, and I look at comments, I don't know anybody that's happy with this. Does he have to do it? Categorically, no. You do not need to do this. It's still not too late to reverse it or come up with some kind of way of reversing it at the end of the day. Because, as people say here, it should be the people with the broadest shoulders that should be putting up the money. If you want to go down the route of doing like stealth taxes or going after the very richest in society, I've got no problem with that. And most rich people aren't going to have too much of a problem with that. You're going to, let's say, for instance, you increase corporation tax by 1% or maybe 1% or 2%. The UK have the lowest as far as I'm aware, they do have the lowest corporation tax rates anywhere in Europe. You know, as people have said, the amount of money that companies owe to in corporation tax, this is a minuscule amount of money. So the only thing I can really say is the government really need to get their act together, because you may have this silly little petition at the moment, which is running, and it is stupid. I understand why they've done it, and I don't personally blame them. You know, they're sensible in the way of reasoning for it, but they're not going to achieve anything, and it's not going to go anywhere. You know, Labour Party have too much of a majority. You're not getting an election for at least 4 years, but I understand why they've done it. You know, so at the end of the day, they need to kick their brain into gear and sort themselves out at the end of the day. You know, so let me know what you personally think. Okay, obviously, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Okay, if you think I'm wrong, let me know that I'm wrong. But be prepared and come up with a bloody good excuse for why you personally believe the government are right to stop this benefit for an awful lot of people. Thanks for listening, and we'll speak to you again a bit later.